Hey Shakeena, if I file for bankruptcy, will I be able to keep my car?
Actually depends. So in theory, right, you have car and you have money. Most of us think when we go to a finance company or we're going to buy a car, we say, oh, I'm going to go, I'll put down a down payment, and the person in the back in the finance department says, hey, you got approved by such and such company, right? The card company, let's say, or the finance company. Then what happens is the finance company is supposed to send the funds to the dealership, and after you put your deposit down, you get to drive off the lot with the car. So most of us think when you put the money and the car together, they are all one thing. However, when you file bankruptcy, they actually split. So you have your asset or your car, and then you have the paperwork, which is the contract you would assign in order to get the car. In bankruptcy, they're usually split in two because the paperwork is considered the debt. And in bankruptcy, you're trying to figure out how to handle your debt, right? And in Chapter 7, you're looking at, do you get rid of the debts and wipe them away? Or in a Chapter 13, you're looking at doing a payment plan to pay the debts. Well, in the bankruptcy, if the car and the paper are separated, the only time they are put back together is if there's something called a reaffirmation agreement. A reaffirmation is a bankruptcy form that lets the creditor know that you plan on keeping the original paperwork, the original contract, and the original terms. If the reaffirmation agreement is filed in your bankruptcy case, then you are required to keep that car until that contract comes to an end. If you have the car in the Chapter 7 and you decide you do not sign the reaffirmation agreement, then they have something, at least in the state of Michigan, called pay and drive. Pay and drive means you continue to drive the car, you keep possession of the car as long as you make your monthly payments. If at any point you default or you don't pay, then the car company can come pick it up. Think about it like a month-to-month tenant. Every month you keep the car or you keep the place that you live in because you pay. When you don't, then they have the opportunity to say, well, you have a few days to figure out if you're going to keep it. And then if you continue not to pay, then they have the right to come pick the car up because there's no contract and no debt attached to that car to allow you to keep driving it. So they are allowed to come and pick it up. Hope that helps answer your question.